Grieving families of those killed in the Air India disaster say the preliminary report into the crash leaves them with more questions than answers. The report by India's Aircraft Investigation Bureau identified that control switches cut off fuel to the engines, but there wasn't a lot of mention about exactly how that happened. A fresh article by the Wall Street Journal suggests that it was the captain or senior pilot who made the move. South Asia correspondent and co-author of that report, Shan is here to tell us more from Delhi. Shan, tell us, what extra and vital information has your research uncovered?
So sources have told us that investigators looking at the black box recording of the conversation between the two pilots indicates it was the captain or senior pilot who turned the switches off. And in the recording, the first officer or the younger pilot is heard asking the captain, why he cut off the switches. And the captain denies it, but we've been told that the first officer sounds very surprised and then panicked during this conversation, and the captain remains relatively calm. And this indicates to them that they believe the captain was the one that turned the switches off.
How has India responded to your particular report? It's been urging everyone not to speculate until the final report is out. What has it said?
They've asked the public to basically avoid speculating and avoid any sort of premature conclusions before the final report comes out. And the final report often can take a year or more. And sometimes countries who are involved in the investigation can disagree over the final conclusion.
What's your assessment on how the investigation has been handled so far?
Well, I mean, it's from the Indian side, they've kept it quite close to the chest. They haven't released that much information, or we've heard they have been slow to share information with the U.S. investigators. However, they are in control of the investigation and they can handle it how they choose to. And the preliminary report they put out last week was quite comprehensive.
Well, bereaved families are still waiting for answers, they say. Do you believe the events of that day are quite clear already, or what further investigation is needed to give a fuller picture?
No, we have a hint now of which way the investigation is going, but there have been many instances where additional information found later on can contradict earlier conclusions. So there's still a lot of time and more digging to do. So I would say that there's some hints about, like what possibly happened in the cockpit or caused the plane to crash, but we can't conclude anything right now.
Shanli, really good to talk. Thanks so much.
Thank you.